So is Six Flags Discovery Kingdom going to add an RMC Raptor for their next coaster? That is what we're gonna figure out today. Hey guys, this is Coaster Planet here, and today we're going to do our predictions on what we could possibly see. But this is going to be an RMC Raptor. This is just a prediction. This is not officially announced. This is just my prediction on when Six Flags Discovery Kingdom may get an RMC Raptor. So, possibly add this RMC Raptor. So, of course, the easiest plan is, of course, Plan A, or location A, as I can say it. Location A is if they're going to remove their Shoot the Shoots rides, the Monsoon Falls, then they could replace it with an RMC Raptor easily. So this is a very skinny plot of land, but as you can tell with Railblazer and Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster, they also took out, well, for Wonder Woman, they took out their Shoot the Shoots ride Power Surge, so they replaced it with the RMC Raptor Wonder Woman. So I believe they can do the same thing with their Shoot the Shoots ride here at Discovery Kingdom. They can take that out and possibly replace it with an RMC Raptor. Here's another location that they could possibly add it. Location letter B. They can remove Kong, their SLC, and they can put an RMC Raptor in its spot. Now, is it frequently possible? Of course it is. Now, they did say that Six Flags is going to remove 15 different kinds of rides, correct me if I'm wrong, in their parks. So, meaning that they are going to remove it just because they want to save some capital, and they want to add better rides in the near future for guests to enjoy. Now, I would probably prefer to have the RMC Raptor placed in location A than location B, because this one is pretty big, and when you take a look at the layout of the Raptor for Railblazer and Wonder Woman Golden Lasso at Fiesta Texas, that one would be a really skinny layout, and I just don't really see it makes sense in Kong's plot of land, because I think where Kong currently sits, I think they should replace it with a SNS Axis coaster. I think something like that would fit better in Kong's location, but we're not going to talk about the SNS Axis coaster. We're going to talk about more of the RMC Raptor. So of course, I'll show you guys a possible layout in just a second here, but just take a look at this layout really quick. I mean this area. So imagine putting an RMC Raptor in this location. I mean, is it a good location? Yeah, I guess. It is a really good location because it's close to the DC universe of Discovery Kingdom. So, what can they possibly theme it? We're gonna get that in just a minute here. But before we discuss about that, I want to discuss about the layout here. Okay, guys. So, we have here is the possible layout for their RMC Raptor. So I chose the colors orange because I think Aquaman would really do good, but we can talk more about the theming in just a second here. So basically, I drew a little layout here of how they could possibly build this RMC Raptor, and I'm sure they can only make it a clone as Railblazer and Wonder Woman Golden Lasso coaster, because this is all they can fit here in this plot of land if they were to take out Monsoon Falls, their Shoot the Shoots ride. And of course, in light gray, of course, obviously in my last video that I made, I showed you guys a possible queue and exit for the ride. Now, they have to be very creative with this layout though, because, uh, this is probably a little too narrow. It's a little bit bigger. So what they'll have to do is, of course, add a bigger pathway here. So what I could possibly see here is the queue will still be in the same position as their Shoots ride. So in light gray, it's showing you guys that. Now, I don't know if this is typically how the queue looks like, because there's so many trees covered and it's hard to see via Google Earth. and I haven't been to Discovery Kingdom, so I don't know how the queue is for the Shoot the Shoots ride. However, in this little image right next to the queue, I can possibly see like an extended path, and I could also see some benches possibly right here next to the photo booth. Uh, in gray is the photo booth. Actually, I forgot to mention the brown building. I'm sorry, is the photo booth. So right next to it could be another bench, a park bench. Maybe next to the queue will be another park bench. So if you're waiting for your friend or your cousin riding possibly the RMC Raptor, you can just sit down there and wait till they're done. And when they're back, and you could just either call them through your cell phone and there. So um, green is also Aquaman color. So orange and green really blends in. So like I said, we're gonna talk about the theming in just a second here. So the exit in dark gray is right here. I don't know if they could possibly still use that bridge. Same old bridge what they use for their Shoot the Shoots ride Monsoon Falls. But like I said, they just have to be very creative to figure things out. But I think they could still use that bridge for the Shoot the Shoots ride if they were to take it out. And of course, the same exit path is the same as the Shoot the Shoots ride. So of course, I'm not gonna show you location B because I think most likely location A will most likely be where the RMC Raptor should be. Now, since they're getting Signwater Safari this year, which they're opening, I bet this summer, I don't see this coaster coming maybe until 2024 or possibly 2025 because of that. So, yeah. So, what do you guys think of the layout so far? So, you have any questions about the layout? I mean, because to me it looks okay. So, yeah. Anyway, so now I want to talk about a possible theme for this RMC Raptor. So, earlier this week, I was thinking about either Aquaman or the Riddler, because uh, there's only one Six Flags that are theming a ride after Aquaman, so I don't mind having another Aquaman themed ride. But I just think that Aquaman fits better than Riddler. So it's obvious that a lot of people may consider Riddler to be the theme of the RMC Raptor, but it really depends of what Six Flags Discovery Kingdom wants to choose. But whatever is more popular, they'll go for. Uh, I personally think that Aquaman is more famous than Riddler. Correct me if I'm wrong, but uh, if they go with Riddler, I wouldn't be too crazy. But like I said before, Aquaman really pops more than the Riddler, but it really doesn't matter anyway, as long as the RMC Raptor is a good ride. But I bet Aquaman will get a lot more attention than the Riddler because they already know who he is. I mean, when you take a look at the two Six Flags parks, Six Flags New England and Six Flags Over Georgia, Six Flags uh, Magic Mountain. I'm sorry, Six Flags Magic Mountain. You could really tell that they have rides already themed to Riddler. I'm talking about roller coasters mainly, but if you count as the flat rides, then you could really count that as well. And so Riddler's probably too common. I mean, whatever's not common, also probably Six Flags will go for. So, but because Six Flags Over Texas is getting an Aquaman themed Power Splash roller coaster, I don't mind having another Aquaman theme at a Six Flags park at all. So it really works better if they theme this RMC Raptor Discovery Kingdom after Aquaman. Plus, they could do that because it's near the DC universe. So, it wouldn't really bother. And it's also close to Flash Vertical Velocity. So their theming is really makes sense if they are going to put the RMC Raptor back there because they have the Joker, the Flash, right just in front of it. So it's really interesting. So, would an RMC Raptor at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom be worth it? I just think that it's missing from their lineup. I think they need a single rail coaster at Discovery Kingdom. But we're speaking about a height here. So, like I said, they do have a height limit, only up to 150 feet. And I did my research. Mostly the RMC Raptors are 131 feet, 130 feet, and then there are the other two that is 106 feet. So this one is under their height limit. So it is doable for Six Flags Discovery Kingdom to possibly get one of these. So is that a bad fit? Absolutely not. Although they do have a neighboring park, California's Great America, with Railblazer just maybe a few minutes away. I don't think it will stop them from getting an RMC Raptor. I mean, anything is possible as you're willing to pay for it. So if they do get an RMC Raptor in the near future for Discovery Kingdom, I think the GP and the coaster enthusiasts may be a little bit happy to see this come in. And although they have an RMC hybrid already for Discovery Kingdom, it's a way different experience because you're only sitting, one per row, and the hybrid is at least two across seating. But the problem with this coaster is, of course, capacity issues. And if they were going to fix that, I think they should run 12 cars, like Jersey Devil coaster is. So, yeah, I don't think there's gonna be a complaint about that. But of course, it will speed up the operations if they can have a higher capacity. So, what are your thoughts on Discovery Kingdom possibly getting an RMC Raptor in the near future? So, just letting you guys know what you guys think. So, yeah. So, yeah, I forgot to mention that this coaster stunt pilot is also 106 feet. If you uh, did misunderstood, I forgot to mention about this coaster being 106 feet. So, I don't know. What do you guys think of Six Flags Discovery adding an RMC Raptor in the near future? I mean, would you guys like to see an RMC Raptor come to Discovery Kingdom? Or would you prefer something else? I mean, in my opinion, I think this would be really, really cool. And it'll give California a third RMC Raptor. With that being Wonder Woman Flight of Courage at Six Flags Magic Mountain, Railblazer at California's Great America, and now possibly the one going to Six Flags Discovery Kingdom. And you know what? It really fits under their height limit, and I absolutely think that this would be very cool, especially when it's the orange and green RMC Raptor. I don't think we've ever seen a RMC Raptor with that kind of color scheme before, so adding one at Six Flags Discovery Kingdom would absolutely be worth it. So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on Six Flags Discovery Kingdom possibly getting an RMC Raptor in the near future? So, and also, what do you guys would like to see the theme be? The Riddler or Aquaman? Because in my opinion, I personally would prefer Aquaman than the Riddler. So, what are your guys' thoughts? And which theme would you want to see the RMC Raptor be? Post your comments below and I'll be glad to read them. So, with that being said, I'll sign off here. Peace out.